Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into the mysteries of Atlantis and other legendary cities that have captured our imaginations for centuries. From the sunken shores of Atlantis, described by Plato, to the lost streets of El Dorado and the fabled city of Troy, we'll explore the myths, facts, and the latest discoveries that keep these tales alive. Join us as we uncover the truths behind these enigmatic places and see how they continue to influence culture and inspire adventure. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Let's get started. Atlantis. The first recorded mention of Atlantis comes from Plato, who lived around 428 to 348 BCE. In Timaeus, he introduces the story as a historical account passed down through generations. According to Plato, Atlantis existed about 9,000 years before his time, situated beyond the Pillars of Hercules, known today as the Strait of Gibraltar. He described Atlantis as a large island, larger than Asia and Libya combined, characterized by its rich resources, advanced technology, and powerful navy. Plato's portrayal of Atlantis serves a dual purpose. On one hand, it illustrates his philosophical ideas about an ideal society and the dangers of hubris. On the other, it acts as a cautionary tale about the consequences of moral decay and the pursuit of power without responsibility. As such, Atlantis represents both a warning and an aspiration for future civilizations. Characteristics of Atlantis. Plato's depiction of Atlantis includes several notable features that contribute to its legendary status. Geographical description. According to Plato, Atlantis was a circular island divided by concentric rings of land and water. At its center was the capital city, adorned with magnificent palaces, temples, and lush gardens. This geometric layout symbolizes harmony and order, reflecting the ideals of ancient Greek civilization. Technological advancement. Atlantis is described as a society that possessed advanced knowledge in various fields, including architecture, agriculture, and navigation. The Atlanteans were skilled engineers who built grand structures and developed sophisticated irrigation systems. Their navy was powerful, allowing them to expand their influence across the seas. Rich resources. Plato emphasized the abundance of resources in Atlantis, including fertile land, precious metals, and exotic wildlife. This wealth contributed to the prosperity and power of the Atlanteans, but also to their eventual downfall as they became complacent and corrupt. Cultural flourishing. The civilization of Atlantis was marked by artistic and intellectual achievements. The Atlanteans are portrayed as enlightened beings, with a strong sense of justice and morality. However, as they grew more powerful, their values deteriorated, leading to their downfall. Divine connection. The Atlanteans were said to be descendants of Poseidon, the Greek god of the sea. This divine lineage granted them favor, but also set the stage for their hubris. According to Plato, their arrogance angered the gods, who decided to punish them by sinking their island into the ocean. Theories of Atlantis's location. Since Plato's time, numerous theories have emerged regarding the possible location of Atlantis. These theories reflect a blend of historical speculation, archaeological findings, and imaginative interpretations. Santorini, Thera, one of the most popular theories, links Atlantis to the ancient Minoan civilization on the island of Santorini, formerly known as Thera. Around 1600 BCE, a massive volcanic eruption devastated the island, leading to its decline. Proponents of this theory argue that the destruction parallels Plato's account of Atlantis's downfall and that the Minoans exhibited many traits described in the Atlantis story. Crete. Some researchers suggest that the Minoan civilization, centered on Crete, could be the inspiration for Atlantis. The Minoans were known for their advanced culture and trade networks, and their decline due to natural disasters aligns with the narrative of Atlantis. The discovery of the palace complex at Knossos has fueled speculation about its connection to the legendary island. The Azores. Located in the North Atlantic, the Azores archipelago has also been proposed as the remnants of Atlantis. Some advocates argue that the island's formation and the presence of submerged land suggest they may have been part of a larger landmass that sank into the ocean. However, geological studies have not confirmed this theory. Antarctica. A more fringe theory posits that Atlantis could be located beneath the ice of Antarctica. This idea stems from interpretations of ancient maps that allegedly depict a landmass in the region. However, scientific consensus does not support the existence of a lost civilization in Antarctica. Other locations. Numerous other locations have been proposed, including the Caribbean, the Mediterranean, and even the Americas. Each theory reflects the cultural and historical context of the proponents, but none has been conclusively proven. Cultural impact of Atlantis. The legend of Atlantis has had a profound influence on literature, art, philosophy, and popular culture throughout history. Literature. Many authors have drawn inspiration from the Atlantis myth, using it as a backdrop for their own narratives. Works like Jules Verne's The Mysterious Island and H.G. Wells's The Time Machine incorporate elements of lost civilizations. In the 20th century, authors such as Edgar Rice Burroughs and Marion Zimmer Bradley expanded on the concept, creating fantastical interpretations of Atlantis that resonated with readers. Art and architecture. The allure of Atlantis has inspired countless artists, from Renaissance painters to modern graphic novelists. Artistic depictions of the lost city often emphasize its grandeur and beauty, contributing to its mythical status. Architectural designs, such as those by Antoni Gaudí, have also drawn on the ideals of harmony and natural forms associated with Atlantis. Philosophy and esotericism. Philosophers have used the Atlantis story as a basis for discussions about morality, society, and the nature of civilization. In the context of esoteric traditions, Atlantis is sometimes viewed as a lost spiritual center, with theories suggesting that its inhabitants possessed advanced knowledge of metaphysics and spirituality. Modern popular culture. In contemporary society, Atlantis remains a popular theme in movies, television shows, and video games. Films like Disney's Atlantis, The Lost Empire, and series such as Stargate Atlantis explore the legend through fantastical storytelling. These adaptations reflect a continued fascination with the idea of a lost civilization and its potential secrets. The enduring legacy of Atlantis. The legacy of Atlantis extends beyond its historical and cultural significance. The story serves as a cautionary tale, reminding us of the dangers of hubris, moral decay, and environmental neglect. The sinking of Atlantis symbolizes the fragility of civilizations and the consequences of failing to live in harmony with nature. Moreover, the search for Atlantis reflects humanity's desire to explore the unknown. Throughout history, explorers and archaeologists have been driven by the hope of discovering lost knowledge and understanding our past. The enduring allure of Atlantis fuels this quest, encouraging individuals to seek out the mysteries of the world. In the context of modern science, Atlantis serves as a metaphor for the importance of preserving our planet. As we face climate change, resource depletion, and social inequality, the lessons of Atlantis resonate more than ever. The story challenges us to reflect on our values, choices, and the impact we have on future generations. El Dorado. The story of El Dorado began with the arrival of European explorers in South America. In 1533, Spanish conquistador Sebastián de Benalcázar encountered the Muisca people in present-day Colombia, who spoke of a king known as El Dorado, meaning the Golden One. This king, according to Muisca legend, would cover himself in gold dust and participate in a ceremonial offering at Lake Guatavita, casting treasures into the water as a tribute to the gods. This image of a wealthy king inspired subsequent tales of a city overflowing with gold and precious gems. Over time, the concept of El Dorado evolved from a singular figure into a mythical city or civilization. The idea became intertwined with the narratives of various indigenous cultures and the desires of European explorers seeking wealth and power. The Spanish crown was particularly intrigued by the stories, as they offered hope for significant returns on investments made in the New World. The promise of El Dorado became a driving force behind numerous expeditions, leading adventurers deep into uncharted territories. The evolving characteristics of El Dorado. As the legend of El Dorado spread, it transformed significantly, influenced by the stories of explorers and the imaginations of those who sought the city. Some key characteristics of the evolving myth include geographical locations. Initially believed to be in Colombia, the location of El Dorado shifted throughout the years. Explorers proposed various sites, including the Amazon rainforest, the Andes Mountains, and even regions in present-day Venezuela and Bolivia. This fluidity in location added to the allure, as each new expedition offered the possibility of discovering the fabled city. City of Gold. The central element of the El Dorado myth is the idea of a city or civilization brimming with gold and other precious materials. Explorers imagined grand palaces, streets paved with gold, and vast hoards of treasure waiting to be discovered. This vision reflected the European obsession with wealth and the desire for material success. Indigenous myths. The legend of El Dorado became entwined with various indigenous myths and cultures. For instance, the Muisca and other groups had their own beliefs about gold and its significance, which were often misinterpreted or exaggerated by European explorers. The blending of these stories contributed to the complex narrative surrounding El Dorado, symbol of greed. Over time, El Dorado came to symbolize the insatiable human quest for wealth and the destructive consequences of greed. The relentless pursuit of the city led many explorers to their doom, as they ventured into perilous territories without regard for the dangers they faced. Cultural interpretations. As the legend spread across Europe and beyond, different cultures interpreted El Dorado in various ways. In literature, art, and popular culture, El Dorado became a symbol of hope, adventure, and the quest for unattainable dreams. This broader interpretation reinforced the idea that the city represented not just material wealth, but also the human spirit's desire for exploration and discovery. Historical context of exploration. The quest for El Dorado coincided with the Age of Exploration and Colonization, a period marked by European powers vying for control of the New World. The promise of untold riches fueled numerous expeditions, often resulting in tragic outcomes for both explorers and indigenous peoples. Spanish conquistadors. The Spanish crown was particularly invested in the search for El Dorado, prompting many conquistadors to undertake dangerous journeys into the interior of South America. Notable figures, such as Gonzalo Pizarro, led expeditions into the Andes in search of the legendary city, often with disastrous consequences. Pizarro's quest in the 1540s, for instance, resulted in the deaths of many of his men and strained relations with indigenous communities. Other explorers. The lure of El Dorado attracted explorers from other European nations as well. Sir Walter Raleigh, an English adventurer, famously sought El Dorado in the late 16th century, traveling to present-day Venezuela. His expeditions, filled with ambition and hope, ultimately led to failure, and Raleigh's legacy became intertwined with the myth of El Dorado. Impact on indigenous peoples. The relentless pursuit of El Dorado had dire consequences for indigenous populations. European explorers often resorted to violence and exploitation, leading to the displacement and suffering of numerous communities. The search for wealth and resources decimated indigenous cultures, as their lands were invaded and their treasures were taken. Cultural exchanges. The exploration for El Dorado also facilitated cultural exchanges, albeit often in exploitative ways. As explorers encountered indigenous peoples, they brought back tales, artifacts, and knowledge that enriched European understanding of the New World. However, these exchanges were frequently marked by conflict and misunderstanding, underscoring the complexities of colonization. The cultural impact of El Dorado. The legend of El Dorado transcended its origins, influencing various aspects of culture and society across the globe. From literature and art to popular culture, the myth became a symbol of adventure, ambition, and the pursuit of dreams. Literature. El Dorado has inspired countless literary works throughout history. In the 19th century, the myth found a prominent place in Romantic literature, as authors like Edgar Allan Poe and Herman Melville referenced the city as a symbol of unattainable aspirations. The imagery of El Dorado evokes themes of longing, adventure, and the quest for knowledge, making it a compelling subject for writers. Art. Artists have depicted El Dorado in various forms, illustrating the allure of the legendary city through paintings, sculptures, and visual storytelling. These works often emphasize the fantastical elements of the myth, showcasing gold-laden landscapes and dreamlike scenes that capture the imagination. The interpretation of El Dorado in art reflects the broader cultural fascination with wealth and exploration. Film and media. In the 20th and 21st centuries, El Dorado has continued to inspire filmmakers, animators, and content creators. Movies such as The Road to El Dorado, 2000, and The Treasure of the Sierra Madre, 1948, explore themes of greed and ambition while referencing the legendary city. These adaptations highlight the enduring relevance of the El Dorado myth in popular culture, showcasing its capacity to resonate with contemporary audiences. Psychology of desire. The legend of El Dorado also speaks to deeper psychological themes related to desire and ambition. The pursuit of wealth and success is a universal aspect of the human experience, and the myth serves as a cautionary tale about the potential dangers of unchecked ambition. The obsession with El Dorado reflects humanity's longing for fulfillment and the quest for meaning beyond material wealth. Environmental and ethical considerations. In modern interpretations, El Dorado has come to symbolize the consequences of environmental exploitation and the ethical dilemmas of resource extraction. The pursuit of wealth often leads to environmental degradation, a theme increasingly relevant in discussions about sustainable practices and corporate responsibility. The legacy of El Dorado challenges contemporary society to reflect on its values and the impact of greed on the planet. The enduring legacy of El Dorado. The legacy of El Dorado persists in contemporary society, serving as a reminder of the complexities of human ambition and the consequences of unchecked desire. The myth continues to inspire exploration and creativity, while also prompting critical reflections on the past. Exploration and adventure. The search for El Dorado reflects humanity's innate desire to explore the unknown. Even in the modern world, adventurers and explorers are drawn to the mysteries of uncharted territories, whether through physical exploration or virtual experiences. The myth encourages individuals to seek out new horizons, embodying the spirit of adventure. Symbol of wealth and success. El Dorado remains a symbol of wealth and success, often referenced in discussions about financial aspirations. The pursuit of the Golden City represents the human tendency to chase material wealth and status, a theme that resonates in contemporary economic landscapes. Cautionary tale. The story of El Dorado serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of greed and ambition. The myth highlights the consequences of exploitation and the impact of colonialism on indigenous cultures. It urges society to consider the ethical implications of resource extraction and the importance of preserving cultural heritage. Cultural reflections. El Dorado's legacy is reflected in various cultural expressions, from literature and art to music and film. The myth continues to inspire artists and creators, serving as a wellspring of ideas and narratives that explore the human condition. This cultural resonance ensures that the legend remains relevant in contemporary discourse. Environmental awareness. As the world grapples with environmental challenges, the legend of El Dorado serves as a poignant reminder of the consequences of exploitation. The myth prompts discussions about sustainability, conservation, and responsible resource management. It encourages individuals and societies to reflect on their relationship with nature and the importance of safeguarding the environment for future generations. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the fascinating world of Atlantis and other legendary cities. We hope you enjoyed uncovering the myths and truths behind these timeless tales. Which legendary city intrigued you the most? Let us know in the comments below. If you love this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with fellow history buffs. Don't forget to subscribe for more exciting explorations into the mysteries of our past. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, keep seeking adventure in the stories that shape our world.